Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another trade recap. Today we're going to be going over how I made almost $1,000 today trading the Nasdaq. I made 840 right there. You can see my entry times, exit times, entry price, exit price, everything. This is just kind of everything I had marked up. But going on over to Trading View, first thing I like to do is go on to the higher time frames, so the 1 hour and the 30-minute. And I like to mark out my levels of liquidity. So we can see right here, we have a low that was created. Pretty sure this was the Asia low. Yeah, this is the Asian low. So I'll go ahead, mark this out. Asia low. And then coming over here, we have another high. So I'll just say high time frame, high. And then the Asia high already got taken out, so we don't have to mark that. And now right here at 7 a.m., here is the London low. And this also could sort of be considered a data high and data low candle, because if we go on down to the lower time frames, this was a pretty random spike in volume right here at 7:25, and there's no news, nothing. So I'm pretty sure that was Trump saying something about tariffs, but yeah. And then in the same candle, we have the London high. So heading on down to the 30-minute, we'll check and see if there's anything else. I mean, you can mark this out. Just high time frame, high. All right. Now we got all our liquidity levels marked out. Actually, there's one more right here. Time frame low. There we go. All right, now we got all of our liquidity levels marked out. We can go ahead, head on down to the 5-minute time frame. Now, straight off market open, go ahead and play some candles. You can see no direction for the first almost hour of market open. So there was no direction at all. So I saw this and I thought, if we're not having any direction or any sort of volume in the first hour of market open, then I really don't think we're going to see anything. But at about 10:30, 10:15, we actually started to dump off. So we took out this London and this Asia low. So depending on how we reacted off of these levels, this would form my bias. So we can see we hit those levels and boom, we start to sweep this level because we are holding above it. So go ahead and mark this out. Draw on liquidity sweep, holding above the Asia low. The Asia low. All right. Now, you can see we have some gaps right here. This one is 78 points, so I could definitely use this as either a price target or to get an entry, depending on, I think this was used as an entry. I think, yeah. Wait, no, that was not. I didn't use that one as an entry. All right, and then hang on over the 50-minute. Do we have anything? Not yet, really. So yeah, we have a fair value gap right there, and we have another one up here. So go ahead and mark those two out. Damn. All right, there we go. So we can see in this next candle, we have a very, very small gap right in between here. Right there. Now, we almost closed this when this last candle was closing, but we didn't. We held the gap, and this candle is 71 points, so it's pretty valid. Now, I know you can't really see it because it's on replay, but this candle right here, it opened, we barely inversed it, then we kind of shot back down, and then we flipped green back again. So this was signaling to me that buyers wanted to keep going in this direction. So I took my entry at 20,123.25. 20,123.25. So took my entry about right there, and I think I had a 30-point stop. Pretty sure, yeah. Now, one thing I will say I could have done better was technically my risk to reward was negative on this, But I'm just trying to pass this eval pretty I'm just not trying to stay on this eval for a while. So I'm sizing with 20 micros, and I only need like a 30-point move to like make a lot on this eval. So I don't know why I didn't change my I probably should have just done something like this, so it would have been like a 1-1 risk to reward. So I should have had my stop a little bit tighter, but not a huge deal. So we can see we went ahead and inverse this with good buying pressure. So we have the draw and liquidity sweep right there because we're holding above the level. And then we have the market structure shift. MSS holding, breaking highs. All right, we can see right there, we are breaking highs. As you can see, we broke this candle's high. So this is showing that the market trend is wanting to reverse. And then right here, we have IFVG, which is inverse fair value gap. So we inverse the fair value gap with good buying impulse, because most people want to just enter off of the inverse, but if we do that, you're not really giving buyers or sellers, whichever one you want, a time to like show you what they want to do. So let's say, for example, like we did earlier, we slowly inverse the gap, and then we push right back down. See? So if I would have entered off of that, I more than likely would have gotten stopped out. But what I did was I waited for us to inverse. Okay, we came back down, and then we flipped green again, and it like had an impulse of buying. Like we shot up really fast, not like really fast, but like we had an impulse of buying pressure above this inverse value gap. So this is showing that buyers really want to go higher. So I saw this, and then I was like, okay, my entry is ready. Like I'm gonna go ahead and enter this trade, and then so I entered here. We ended up almost getting stopped out. This pullback was pretty nuts. I got a bit worried there. I can't lie. I think if I had I would have barely almost just gotten stopped out if I had used a tighter stop. But yeah, I saw this, but we didn't really close down here. We didn't close down here. We closed up here in this candle. So I wasn't too worried. It kind of just looked like a big pullback. But then in the next candle, we flipped green. Yeah, we flipped green immediately. Came all the way back up here. And then I ended up just taking full profits right when we hit this 5-minute bearish fair value gap, because 27 points is really all I needed to get a good amount of profit. So yeah, because I'm not trying to trim because I'm on this eval, so I'm just trying to pass it and get a lot of it's either my plan is either just make a lot of money on a trade or lose a lot of money on a trade, no in between. So I'm either gonna blow it in a couple trades or I'm gonna pass it in a couple trades. It's really risky, but I just don't like to stay on evals for a while because obviously there's no money to be made. It's just a test, so it's not really my favorite thing to do. But yeah, we can see on the higher time frames too that we are respecting this shift in structure, because something you don't want is, okay, let's say on the 5-minute, 15-minute, whatever. Okay, we're breaking. It looks like we're shifting structure, bullish in this case. Okay, we go on the 30-minute, and then it's not like that, and we're still bearish. Most of the time, what's going to happen is if, okay, I entered here, but the higher time frame is still showing bearish continuation, then I'm more than likely going to get stopped out, and the market's going to go lower, because higher time frames always hold higher power. Now, not much else I can say about this trade. I only took 2 trades this week. Nothing crazy. The market did not really present anything, not anything too crazy this week, but that's just how it is sometimes. I like these weeks where there's not really a whole lot to take, because it just kind of keeps you leveled, kind of gives you like a little bit of a reset. It's not super hectic all the time. But yeah, that is going to be the trade recap for today. Let me know if you guys have anything you want to see. Let me know in the comments, any tips, anything you guys might want to see in the future. But thank you for watching.